Hey guys, what is up? Mike here, Laker Talk. Let's talk Lakers basketball. Didn't get a chance to shoot a video after the last game against Miami. Lakers getting that win, 108-105. Want to touch on that game. LeBron and Wade going at it. That was pretty cool to see those guys go at it. LeBron with another big game, and Kuzma with another huge game with 33 points. So impressive that it got people talking about Brandon Ingram, which I want to touch on. Talk about Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, KCP, and these Trevor Ariza trade rumors that might possibly go down, who knows, and the upcoming schedule, and my thoughts going into tomorrow's game and beyond. The schedule is getting a little tougher from here on out. I want to touch on that. So, Lakers getting that win over Miami was impressive to me. Miami coming in, I didn't expect much. I thought it was barbecue chicken. I didn't really know too much about Miami. They have a poor schedule, a lot of injuries and so forth. But over the last 4 games, they were playing well. They just came off a big win against Clippers, which I didn't know. They beat the Suns and so forth, but they beat the Pelicans as well. So like the 4 out of the last 5 games, they were 4 wins out of the last 5 games coming into LA. Now, I missed the first half, caught the first half on replay. When I started watching them play, what was impressive to me was Miami is full of a lot of young wings, a lot of young athletes, guys with springs and can get up and down the floor, and it looks like they didn't get tired. And they defend well, especially when they went to the zone. They were defending well, in my opinion. And that was impressive because it showed outside, LeBron obviously is a 34-year-old, but outside of him, it showed that with our young legs, how important it is to have young legs, young athletes as well, that we were able to match their intensity with Josh Hart, Lonzo, Kuzma, and so forth, right, and beyond. And also, I want to throw in there KCP. KCP being one of the young guys at 26, he can get up and down, which I'll touch on. He likes to get in between the lanes. He can run the break and so forth, which is one of the reasons why I like KCP. But outside of that, huge. So it was important for me to see, like, the Heat bringing it to us, having those young athletes, but our squad matching that and sticking with them and competing against those young athletes and pulling out the win. That was really impressive to me. Kuzma, again, I don't know what else to say, but we are watching this guy grow in front of our eyes. 33 points, 7 rebounds. He shot 14 of 22, way over 50%. I mean, helped us, win that game, and huge to the point to where it's a clear number 2 with LeBron James. Very impressive. We'll talk more about Kuzma and so forth. I'm sure going into the next several games. Lonzo was a 10 and 7 plus 18. Josh Hart chipped in. KCP was 11 with 11 points. LeBron James and so forth. But the thing is, so Kuzma has another big game. Okay? And now I'm listening to Sports Talk Radio and everyone's throwing out Brandon Ingram's name. Like, what are we going to do with him? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Brandon Ingram, okay, first off, Brandon Ingram gets hurt 3 games ago against the Spurs. We only played literally 3 games without Brandon Ingram. One of which we lost, that Spurs game, which we could have utilized his defense against DeRozan at the end of that game. All right? So cut the man's, a little bit of break. He sprains his ankle. Kuzma is rightly so asked to shoot more and do more, and he's succeeding, right? That has nothing to do with Brandon Ingram. People were saying, oh, Brandon Ingram should come off the bench. But you stupid, all right? We should trade Brandon. You dumb, all right? You throwing those comments at me, you getting blocked, all right? Stop it. Kuzma success and Brandon Ingram's success has nothing to do with one another. Let them be valuable players in their own right. Kuzma is gonna exceed at his game and Brandon Ingram's going to exceed at his game. It is not an either or. We got to have this guy versus that guy. No, we got both of those guys, and we need both of those guys on the floor. Kuzma is obviously, and we've said this many times, we know this, he's a natural scorer, better scorer than Brandon Ingram. He has a different type of game. He likes to cut. He has different offensive moves and things like that. He has more of a better shot, and now his shot is starting to fall from the outside. And he does a little bit more. He runs the break. He just does a lot of more things than Brandon Ingram offensively. And he's now stepping up his game IQ-wise overall. So he's starting to see his game flourish, taking his game to another level past Brandon Ingram's, which is fine. But Brandon Ingram, over the last 10 games, and we've been playing well over the last 10 games, have been playing well. Brandon Ingram been giving us around 15 to 16 or 17 points and just playing his role, right? He's not going to take 35 shots. He's going to take between 12 to 15, 16 shots a game, and he's shooting pretty decent clip. And he's playing good defense. And he's chipping in around that 16, 15 point mark, which is fine. That's totally valuable for us. And we were winning. All right, we were winning. And Kuzma was doing well with Brandon Ingram on the floor. So he wasn't scoring 33 points, which, I mean, you must be a little kid if you want your guy to score 33 points every single game. No, it's a team sport. If Kuzma scores 19, if he gets 20 this game, if he gets 23 that game, if he gets another 17, but he plays efficiently and plays like he's been playing, and Brandon chips in and he gets his 16, 17, we're good. LeBron's always going to be at that 25 plus mark and so forth. All right, why look to try to trade somebody or this guy has got to go and so forth? No, I don't want to hear any of that. We got both of those guys and we need both of those guys. If they both become all-stars, if Kuzma becomes an all-star eventually or soon, then we keep him. If Brandon, we keep. Why are we trading somebody? If it's not Anthony Davis, then stop with this. This guy got to come off the bench. This guy, no. You play both of those guys, and we were playing well. And so I don't want to hear anything about Kuz or Brandon Ingram. The dude's hurt. The dude sprained his ankle. And we played 2 good games so far, and we could have used him against Miami as well. But we played one great game against Memphis, and then the Miami game. So, yeah, keep it going. Kuzma's playing hot, and he's been playing well for the last 10 games, like 2 weeks, even prior to Brandon Ingram getting hurt. So it has nothing to do with Brandon Ingram getting hurt. People are saying it's coinciding with no, it's not. He's asked to do a lot more over the last couple games, and he has, and he's succeeding at that. Great. Chill. Don't be trying to poop crap on Brandon Ingram because, Kuzma's game is exceeding. No, we need both of those guys. So we need Brandon Ingram back, period. Case, I don't want to talk about it anymore. All right. Anyway, going into Ariza and the KCP thing. One of the reasons why, so my initial reaction to that is I'm good with Ariza. All right. I'll take Ariza. My thing is, but don't just throw KCP IQ wise is a little hit and miss here and there. But the things I like about KCP is he does like to get up and down. He plays with our system, and he can go on hot streaks and he can shoot, and he has those young legs that he can get between the get between the lanes, get a lot of steals and things like that. Now, my thing is this. We don't have to, if it was going to go for a trade, in my mind, it was like a push. It was like a wash. Ariza was going to come in. He's not as quick as KCP is, but he's probably maybe a better shooter, spot-up shooter, and he could defend taller guys. Fine. It would be slightly an upgrade. I'll take it. But I'm not so like, oh, Trevor Ariza is the answer, because now you got Trevor Ariza coming in. Is he going to accept his role? Is he going to go to the bench? Is he going to, take out minutes from someone else? I don't know. If he's, so is it? So my thing is, what was the major rush need there? It was a swap. You're going to be losing someone like KCP, who's been playing well the last 5, 6, 7 games. In my opinion, he has been underperforming this year. Fine. But you look at Trevor Ariza as well, he's underperforming from his last year. He's scoring 9 points on a Suns team where he was playing 34 minutes a game. You put KCP on that team, KCP is definitely around 17 point mark average, guaranteed. So you got to look at the differences. And so, again, Trevor Ariza is going to play well with a guy that can get him the ball, somebody that can drive and dish and find him in the spot and so forth. But Trevor Ariza is going to have to get those minutes outside of Josh Hart, Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, so forth, right? Lonzo and whatnot. So my whole thing about that was it was a push. I'm not totally against it, but I'm not like, oh, this is going to change the world, because we are losing some value in KCP and then we're getting somebody. It's kind of like equal value. That was my whole thing about that particular trade. Now it looks like that trade might not go down. The Suns are balking at that. Apparently they were asking for Lonzo or one of our young guys, Josh Hart, Kuzma, or Brandon Ingram. Crazy. So that they are saying that the Suns pulled back on that. There's some rumors with KCP and the Rockets has some interest in KCP. I'm thinking, like, first off, we don't need to be helping the Rockets do anything. I don't care if it's for the first round pick or TJ, what's his name, Tucker or whatever. Maybe Tucker. I don't know his contract, but I like Tucker if it was for him. And we maybe but I don't know if he's going to come off the bench and will accept his role as well. But the point here is we're good right now. KCP, let him continue to play well. He has $12 million on his contract. It's an amazing asset for somebody who wants a dump salary. So save him until trade deadline. If something happens, we're not playing well, then you make a move. You can still make a move, come after December trade deadline and whatnot. So we're playing well. All our guys are on good contracts and they're super valuable. If they're playing well, they're super highly valuable. Why mess up a good thing? I remember years ago debating my friend over trade. My friend was like, we got to trade Derek Fisher because he can't guard Tony Parker. And it was situations where the Spurs were killing us and Tony Parker was Derek Fisher was getting up there. It was after we had already run the three. He had already gone, to Utah and came back and so forth. The thing is, I was like, nah, don't trade Derek Fisher, right? First off, nobody could stay in front of Tony Parker. And Derek Fisher had other qualities that I like. It was just a gut thing. Anyway, we didn't trade him. We ended up winning 2 more. Point here is, if you're playing well, things are going, hold on, hold tight until things aren't going well and we need pieces here and there. Right now, KCP's coming off the bench and he's shooting pretty good at a decent clip from 3. He's doing what he's asked to do. He's running the break. He's playing defense and so forth. So hold on to him, maybe trade him. But if something goes down on the 15th, which is when these free agents can get traded this weekend, I'm okay with it. Anyway, coming into our schedule tomorrow and beyond, the schedule gets tougher. Looking at our schedule, let me see. So looking at the schedule, we got Houston, Charlotte, then we got a back-to-back with Washington, and then we got Brooklyn on Tuesday. And then we come home and play New Orleans, Memphis, and then go on to play Golden State and Sacramento. And then we come home and play the Clippers, Sacramento, and then OKC. From here on out, it gets kind of tough. So it's time for us to buckle down and really put these last 10 games, which was pretty easy. We had a lot of good winnable games in this last 10 game stretch. It's time for us to take what we've learned from this, take that defensive communication, that defensive intensity, the things that we learned overall, Kuzma's overall game, and everybody else's overall chemistry into these next 4 games and try to buckle down and get some wins. That's a big challenge for us. So to be determined. We'll talk after tomorrow's game. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on all the things I touched on and the upcoming schedule and what your thoughts on that. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for commenting, liking, and subscribing. As always, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MikeSportsLA. Holla at your boy. Peace.